Alrighty, hopefully this works for everyone now. Yeah, I should announce this too.
Thank you, Alex. I think most folks are transitioning over now. So.
All right, cool.
Yep.
Hopefully this one's working out a little bit better.
I am also going to record.
Also, Dwight and all, you'll probably also have to set up your own Zoom meeting for the later things.
Alex, can you enable screen sharing?
Oh, I gotta make you guys hosts.
Yes,
See.
that as well.
Your co-host. You can be a co-host. Sal can be a co-host. Okay. I think that's everyone.
Okay, perfect.
Sorry for all the issues this time, guys.
Okay. Nobody else is in, I don't think. Wait, hold on.
I think we have to wait for Crystal.
No, there's 38 people.
No, Crystal's here.
I'm
Where is
here.
she? Where is she? Is she hiding?
No video.
She's hiding.
Okay.
I was trying to conserve on the videos until it was required.
Okay.
I see. Does the presentation look okay?
Can everyone see it?
Very good.
Cool.
Okay. So for some reason, when I do present mode, it makes a new window and it doesn't actually share that.
You
Well,
have to
just
share
share
that
the new
window.
window.
Okay.
Yeah.
So someone has a question in regards to using chat or using Discord for questions. So
Since we're all on Zoom, let's go with chat for now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Better?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, we currently have 43 people. Everyone is welcome to use video chat. We ask that you keep your mics muted though until after our presentation.
You want to start at 6:40 or?
Yeah, 6:40.
Give everybody
cool.
a little more time.
Did I miss anything?
No, we haven't started yet. We're about to start in 2 minutes at 6:40.
Yeah.
Only thing you missed was the Zoom panic.
Yeah.
Hooray. Yeah, the Discord server panic.
Yes.
I was just saying hi to old friends from another university. So I just
Oh, sure. No problem.
Is anyone else joining?
Don't believe so.
Panel is going
We're
to
good
be
to start.
on in here.
Yeah, I think we can get started here. So, hi everybody. Thanks for showing up to the introductory meeting. The way this will be structured is we're just gonna go over a few slides, introduce ourselves, and then go over the breakdown of what we have going on this semester. And then we'll break off into groups. Are we still doing that on the Discord?
Well, not in Discord anymore. Just make your own
Okay.
Zoom meetings.
So I guess we'll break off into individual Zoom meetings depending on your area of interest. So there will be the CAD/Citrobot project, which you'll learn about in this slide, the software/Bowser, and then the miscellaneous/demonstration robot. So yeah, let's go again and get started. So first we'll do our officer introductions. Crystal.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Crystal Mirage. I'm the faculty advisor to the Robotics Club since 2015. So I've been doing research and I've been working with you guys for quite some time, different club students, but same projects, very similar projects, and in trying to build a good environment for students to learn and learn about robots. I wanted to point out real quickly, although I'm the faculty advisor, I'm also a research faculty, and I am running a research experiment using head-mounted displays. Specifically, I'm looking at the Vario VR virtual reality headset, and I'm doing an experiment with this particular headset for eye tracking. This headset costs $7,000. So I'm wanting to see the utility of this headset in order to complete a task within a virtual environment. So if anyone is interested in volunteering for this research effort, please let me know. I'll add the flyer to Discord. If you're interested, you can contact me in regards to participating. You are compensated $10 for your time. Interesting notes about myself. I got my PhD in modeling and simulation. So I've been in Orlando for quite some while, focusing a lot on military research, military training, looking at the effectiveness and the efficiency of systems such as robots, and looking to see how we can improve these technologies as we go forward. And a lot of these testings are done in the field. So although we build and we create systems in our laboratories, I'd like to take it a step further and carry it out into the actual environment and test some of these systems in order to get feedback on this. I just wanted to point out that the club has been doing very well in working and trying to, in light of COVID, and we have been trying to get a lot of projects going and trying to make decent strides, although we can't physically be in the lab. And the students will talk about some of the upcoming projects that they have in store. And I wanted to point out that we do have a lot of great students in the lab, and they have a wealth of knowledge. So don't be afraid to bug these students to get information and to learn from them, because it's a really great opportunity for you guys to join the club and get that experience. And finally, I wanted to point out that our officers here, you can see them, they've been doing a really great job, but also within this academic semester, they also will be graduating or moving on to bigger and better things. So we do have officer positions that are available, and it's a really great opportunity to get leadership experience. So if you have questions or comments on that, please feel free to let myself know or Sal or any of the officers know. Thanks, Sal.
All right.
Not all of us are graduating.
Yeah. We'll
Or going on to bigger and better things, other things.
yeah. We'll get into the details. It'll all be in the fun facts, I assume. Oh yeah, forgot the animation. There we
And
go.
of course, I like manatees. Alex, you did a wonderful job.
Yeah. All right. So my name is Solomon Hasedoff. Everyone calls me Sal. I'm majoring in mechanical engineering. I'm a senior. I'm one of those that will be graduating, assuming everything goes well, in December. I'm taking my last class needed for the minor in robotics, so that's exciting. So my hobbies, I play the drums since high school. I've been in a few bands. I like to do flight simulation, tinkering, always tinkering. I was born in Spain. I got my citizenship about 2 years ago. And Star Wars versus Star Trek, I'm on the Star Trek boat, specifically the Next Generation, if anyone cares about that.
I'm Alan Mark. I'm the vice president. Just like Sal, I'm a senior in mechanical engineering, hopefully graduating this semester. But instead of doing robotics, I couldn't get into it, so I'm doing mathematics because I hate myself. I'm an amateur banjo player, and I've actually been doing that since middle school and have not gotten any better. I'm one of the 5 Tampa Bay Ray fans. There's 5 of us, and you'll be lucky that you know at least one. I own every single Calvin Hobbes book, and that is not, I am not making that up. And I have met both Squidward in that picture, and I've met the real voice actor who's played Squidward. And I learned that the Squidward in this picture apparently recognized my UCF hat, so that's what caused that. So,
Oh, right, I do the slides.
yeah, that's you.
Yeah.
Let's do Wes's.
Oh, Wesley's not here? Okay. Well, this is Wesley. He's the treasurer, majoring in computer engineering. He's pretty cool. He's got quite a sarcastic sense of humor, but that's okay. We all love him for it. And he hates it when you do like rhyming schemes. So when you do Nito Burrito or Coolio Julio or anything like that, he hates it. So use it as much as you can.
What about Danny DeVito?
That works too. Yeah. Mark?
Hey, y'all. What's up? I'm Marcus Simmons. People call me Mark usually. I'm a sophomore. Well, technically I'm a junior by credit, but this is really only my second year, so I'm gonna just say I'm a sophomore. I'm majoring in computer engineering. I'm one of the DemoBot team leads. You'll learn more about that in the upcoming slides. I'm also on the IGVC or Bowser team. Pretty sure you guys have heard of that. If not, you'll also find out about that in the next slides. And I'm actually from the Broward-Dade area. So, yeah.
Hi, my name is Dwight Howard. I am studying mechanical and aerospace majors, both of them, because why not spend more time at school? I'm currently the lab manager of the robotics lab, and you can usually find me there about any meeting of the week. Unfortunately, not with COVID though, but I am a jack of all trades. excluding programming. So if you have any questions about anything, come to me and I can either answer them or direct them to someone else that would know. And I have quite a long history of robotics experience going back to high school with my first robotics team.
Oh, right, Azim. So Azim is one of two marketing officers that we have. He's done a bunch of the logos for stickers and shirts and merchandise that we've had, as well as posters that you might have seen announced. So he's a great help to the club. He can't make it quite often. He's a busy guy. But yeah. And then Shayna, is Shayna here? No, right?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
So yeah, so she's also marketing / public relations. She also has helped with the flyers, most recently the flyers from last semester, and those did great. If any of you guys saw them, give your compliments to Shayna and Azim.
She made our intro flyer.
She did. She also made the intro flyer. So if you saw that intro flyer and that led you here, you know who to thank.
All right, so this is me. I'm Alexandra French. I go by Alex, and I'm the webmaster of the club. I'm technically a senior by credits, but I call myself a junior because I am not taking senior design yet. My team is Bowser. My hobbies include games. I need help in intervention. Been in Florida most of my life. Send me any of your website needs because I update it every other weekend, and I hate the color purple.
Fun.
You would not like my old school colors.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. Okay. So because of the COVID situation, right? We don't have a whole lot of access to the lab. So while we had planned a series of workshops that would happen one after another, sort of interchangeably. So if you're interested in learning how to CAD or use CAD or manufacture something that you've CADed, we're doing a workshop that's sort of aimed at that. If you're interested in software, specifically using ROS, so the robotic operating system, which is a piece of software that the club and general robotics industries use to make and control their robots. That involves knowing how to code in Python and stuff. We'll have a bunch of workshops for that. And then we'll have miscellaneous workshops, the sort of for career advancement, resume critiques, maybe mock interviews. And then we'll also have some professors and other advisors that are to the club to come in and give you guys presentations and advice and stuff. We'll also have some social events. So Dwight actually hosts his own Minecraft server that he graciously lends to the club. And so, if you enjoy playing Minecraft, feel free to join. We might do some other multiplayer games. By all means, you guys can make suggestions. If there's something that's readily accessible to a lot of people that can be played online and just have a fun time and kind of chill, then yeah, propose it to somebody. So now we'll go over into some of the specific projects. Just to hear a change in voice, Alan, do you want to go over this slide?
So CitraBot was pretty much where well, I guess first off, it's our basically a battle bot. If you've watched, the Discovery Channel, I believe they're the ones who have battle bots. Ours is not going to be that big. I think those are 150 pounds.
200.
And ours 200 pounds.
Yes.
Ours is 15 because we don't have that much money or skill. So we're doing a much smaller scale one. The 15-pound battle bots are pretty common, I guess, in Florida. For some reason, Florida is like the battle bot capital of the world. I don't really know how that happened, but it did, and we're lucky for it. Last semester, where we left off, we were kind of going into the build stage where we were getting our parts in, and we were, just getting to the point to where we could actually start putting things together and actually have, a working robot. But unfortunately, we had to go online. You can't really build stuff online. So we're going to try our best to maybe hopefully try to do something, make something work. Unfortunately, all the competitions for this year have been canceled. So if there are any competitions, it's going to be probably not until next year. Also, Sal and I are in talks with, I guess, as much as talks as we can be with Florida Polytechnic University. There's a guy over there named Jacob, and he is trying to create what is basically a college BattleBot league. He says he's talked to University of Florida, Georgia Tech, and I think like Florida Atlantic and Embry-Riddle, I believe.
Yeah.
So there's going to be more talks with that coming up. Apparently there's going to be some sort of summit where Sal and I and maybe some other folks will talk to other BattleBot people. But until then, right now there's no competitions. We'll try our best to make do with what we have. And Sal and I guess for the moment, are the project leads for that still. And Dr. Park, who is, what does he work with? Like exoskeleton robot
Exoskeletons
thing?
and wearable robotics.
Yeah, wearable robotics. So he's really awesome. He's super nice. He's super busy, so sometimes he'll show up. He might do a workshop if we're lucky. So I guess we'll have to see. But currently, that's the state of the Citrapod.
Okay. Who's doing Bowser?
I can do this one. So
Okay.
Bowser is our autonomous robot. It's made for an intelligent ground vehicle competition. So in that competition, what happens is there's a track on grass with two bright white lines on either side of the robot. And it's just got to go straight through those lines without leaving. And then it has to avoid a bunch of very bright obstacles. So it's just, that's its main goal. And the problems right now are that it's very slow and we need to code it up. So if you go to the next slide, there's one more. So Bowser's current state is we took it apart for COVID, so we need to put the parts back in it. I believe the electrical system still has some work to be done with testing and putting together. And then for software, pretty much everything in terms of computer vision and object detection.
All right. Now, the demo bot is sort of like this. It's like a project that we've kind of been working on throughout probably every year that the Robotics Club has been a thing. It's like a demonstration robot that we show to people to, garner interest in the club. It's like to showcase all the different aspects of robotics, like the mechanical side, the electrical side, the software side. And this year we're doing something different where we're making like a spider-like robot. If you look at the slide, you can see like the GIF or GIF, the GIF, just call it that, the GIF for the spider legs. That's already been designed, but in terms of actual work, it's still in the very the beginning phase. So we have a lot of work to do in terms of just creating the CAD for it, figuring out what components we need, and all of the software stuff that we're going to be doing for that. So it's still in the early stages, and if you join our team and you have any like suggestions, we'd be willing to like consider your input, and we might do what you say. So yeah.
So Marcus, real quick, what level of experience would you need for a demo bot?
You can be a beginner. You don't have to be like super advanced when it comes to your robotics knowledge. It's like pretty base level stuff.
Thank you.
All right. So, so we prepared a little virtual tour of the lab to sort of help everybody see what it looks like and actually how to get there. So if you guys don't know, I forgot what text channel it is, but we have a Google like screenshot with a path shown how to get there because it's kind of hidden in the way. So we show you that, and then we show you a little bit around the lab, and oh God, enjoy. Oh.
You just have to click it. Just make sure you're logged in and reshare the screen.
Okay. Oh.
Don't worry, we got this, guys.
Yeah. Let me stop sharing. Resume sharing. There we go. Can you guys see that?
Yes,
Can you
What
guys,
happened?
will you be able to hear it? Oops. What did I
we should.
do?
Yeah.
The suspense.
Oh, it's quiet.
And laggy.
No.
You might just have to pin it to the Discord and then just have everyone watch it on their own.
Okay. Is it really low?
Oh, it's super low. Can
Ah.
barely hear it.
My volume is maxed out here.
There's an idea of voiceover time.
Oh God.
Voice-
Hey, I'm walking to the lab. Look at me go. That's Sal.
Here's the way to the lab because you will get lost.
Yeah, this is quite useful, more useful than you think. So it's like a winding path. You turn left on the thing that says Partnership 2, and that door is where the lab is. Yeah. So, yeah. Alex,
Oh,
you
God.
want to narrate?
Here is Bowser to my left. I just described what Bowser does, and that part of the video was kind of describing what Bowser does, but you can see how we took all of the parts out of Bowser. For anyone interested in mechanical and electrical work.
Okay. I'll speed it up a little bit.
This is us going over the actual lab. So over here are all of our computer components and some 100 different whiteboards. You can see one of our tables. We have 2 giant tables for people to sit at, you know, when COVID's over. We have 6 loaner laptops in the back there, and a bunch of random books that are probably from like 1995 if you're interested.
They do apply to some of the classes, though.
Well, some of the classes use books from 1995.
Yeah.
Here's the presentation area, a pretty big presentation, and then all the way to the left, you can see our robots and all of our robot parts. There should actually be nests up there on the top shelf, and Lakitu all the way to the left.
And here is going over the back of the lab. This is the electrical bench. We have just about anything you could possibly want to work on electrical. It may not be the best equipment, but we have it. We have mechanical bench as well. We probably could use some newer tools, but we have just about anything you'd need to work on anything. 3D printing area. We are currently working. Did we ever get the 3D printer working again?
We need to order a board with the motors.
Okay. And then we have the material storage and power tool area where we have bandsaws, drill presses, table saws, grinders, everything like that. And then our Bridgeport, which is our CNC machine from, I believe, about 30 years ago. It is still an amazing machine. Well, there we go. Bye.
And I think I was just basically from my perspective was just to let everybody know we've got students with different backgrounds, from engineering itself to folks such as Alex, who may, you know, we have people who are web designers, webmasters who are awesome. So we need all these students to come in to help, you know, work with us and work with the lab in order to make a really positive experience.
Yeah.
We didn't need no sound.
Okay.
It's probably better you don't hear the sound anyways.
Yeah.
Full disclosure.
Okay. Let's see. Where is Iris?
Sal or Alan, somebody was real quick asking a question about the 3D printer. Do either of you know the model?
Yeah, it's a Mendel Max 3 with the dual extruder head upgrade on it. And the reason you couldn't see it is it was in a wooden enclosure to help with printing with ABS.
Sweet.
And also keep it safe.
Yeah. So Mendel Max 3. Okay. So dues. So club dues, because of everything that's been going on, typically it was $20 a semester. We're lowering it to 10 just to make it a little bit more affordable and to make it worthwhile. The workshops will be open to anyone that pays for the dues. So yeah. Lab access, we're still trying to figure that out. So at the moment, technically, we can allow 4 people in at a time. We might try to limit it to those who are working on projects that absolutely need to go into the lab and use tools or equipment that's in the lab. So we'll flesh that out a little bit later. So yeah, and so yeah, that just talks more about the lab access situation. Um, keep an eye on the Discord because that's where we post most of our announcements and stuff. I guess if we have another big meeting like this, we'll do it via Zoom because Discord just kind of gives up on us.
I think
Sadness.
Discord, the biggest problem was the video. We wanted
Yeah,
to-
but they didn't have video, and it still didn't work.
Yeah, think
I
it's just
checked.
too
There
many
were
people.
only us using video.
Yeah, we need to get some server boosts or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's
So
where all the
yeah,
music
some
goes.
frequently asked questions. Do you need experience? Nope. I joined the robotics club knowing nothing. Majors, any specific majors? Obviously, engineering majors are sort of more aligned with what you'll be doing and what you'll be learning, but you can join as any major you want. Like I said, the PR and marketing officers, Shayna and Azim, Shayna at first was studying art, and Azim is still studying some kind. I think it's his major is studio art.
Graphic design.
Graphic design. Okay. So yeah, you don't need to be an engineering major. You could be math, physics, sociology, whatever. Yeah, and you can also pick any project. So I've had people that were studying like information technology and they wanted to do woodworking and stuff. You know, whatever is interesting to you. And then so Night Connect, we've been getting a bunch of requests from Night Connect. What we'd rather do is once you pay the dues, let somebody know, and we'll check your name and then accept the request on Night Connect. Otherwise, we just have a bunch of names and have to go through it.
Also, anyone who pays dues goes on the website.
Sal,
Yes.
I don't know if you skipped over it, but a couple of slides back we talked about when dues are actually due.
When dues are actually due.
Yeah, so like the workshops, for the first 2 weeks. Oh,
You've gone too far.
one more.
Yep. There you go.
When we're gonna give the first couple of weeks of workshops just open for anyone who wants to do it. But after the first 2 weeks, we're gonna do in Discord. You can lock. I guess I don't know. You can lock a group to a certain people that have a certain role, and so once you pay your dues, you'll become a member, and you'll have to also let us know because you want to make sure that we definitely do it. We'll change you to become a member, and then once you are a member, you'll have access to those workshops. So in a couple of weeks, if you don't have access to the workshops and you paid, definitely let us know. Or if you're wondering why you can't get into the workshops and you haven't paid, then that's why.
Yeah. And for those asking, where do we pay? So we have a PayPal. It's right here. And then I believe Alex also posted it on announcements.
The link's not working in announcements.
Okay. So
We will have that figured out by the end of the meeting and let everybody know.
yeah.
The link works, it's just not HTTPS. I can fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it easy.
Yeah,
yeah.
the first two and probably all of the workshops will be virtual. I don't think we'll be holding in-person workshops just because of the limitation of the lab access. So if you live far away and you still want to participate in these, they're all virtual. So okay. So anything else? So are we breaking into? Yeah. Okay. So should we break up into individual Zoom meetings?
No, the dues are one time semester.
Yes.
Hey Sal, in case they have questions, I think this would probably be a good couple
Okay.
you don't mind, just to
All
find
right.
out any
We'll
questions.
stick around for
That's
questions
okay.
then. And you can turn on your mics now too if you feel comfortable.
You like,
Yep. If anybody has questions, go ahead and.
How do we let you guys know that we paid the dues?
You can send us a private message or on Discord, or
Yeah.
if you wanted to, you could email us too.
Just any of the officers. We all have the ability to set you as members.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think when you go through PayPal, I think you put your name also. So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and that goes back to that one slide I had that was there earlier that Sal went too fast over. You guys need to change your names in Discord to your real names because I don't know who some of you are.
Yes.
All of the workshops are beginner friendly. My software workshops are starting with Intro to Python, so if you've never coded before in your life, it's fine. Same thing with the CAD workshops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can join more than one group. Mecca, once we get lab access, maybe?
so just to add to lab access, it probably will be restricted pretty much this semester, guys. So that limit of 4 would probably be enforced. In order to get into the lab, you'd have to talk to the officers, and I would receive an email, and then I would run that email up the chain, and then you'll get the access to the lab once you complete your COVID self-checker app information. So.
Any other questions?
Let me double check. I know Wes, he keeps a list of everyone that's paid, and
Yes.
he keeps
Yeah.
specific information with it. Let me see if I can find that, and then we can make sure everybody includes that information. Give me
That's
just
what
a
they
minute.
send us. And also, regardless of which officer you message, make sure they tell me so I can put you on the website. I gotta know you exist to put you on.
Jeremy, yes, that's the one.
So in regards to lab access, it's going to be sparingly. So if you need to go in, you'll be accompanied by an officer if you have to use any of the machines. Unfortunately, that's just the nature of where we're at with the partnership 2 building overall. So.
Gavin, hop around. It's mostly a Q&A, so it should be fine.
Yes, it should be. And none of the workshops or anything like that should overlap each other.
Yeah, we're gonna plan them so they're not the same time.
Yeah. So you can attend multiple ones and you should be fine.
We'll also be recording all our workshops if any of the members who want to come can't make it.
Mhm.
Yes.
And I'm assuming any material that gets made from those will also be posted as reference or anything.
Yeah, we have workshop channels that we'll post all the materials in.
Yeah. So workshops every
Weekly.
week, right? Yeah, weekly.
Sometimes more than one a week, depending on which week it is.
Yeah.
And we will probably, we're just set on weeks right now. We aren't necessarily set on days. So once we figure out who's going to be in each workshop, we will probably do some kind of straw poll or a time poll at which the majority of everyone is available. And then we will also be recording.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Did we want to do just I know we were talking about breaking up into groups. Or did we just want to do like a brief overview of every CAD or every workshop we were doing here, or do we want to just do different Zoom meetings?
I guess we could just not split up and just go one by one.
Okay, because they were asking about the CAD workshop. So basically, the gist of that is that it's gonna be
Wait, hold on. Do you have any slides I should show while you're talking?
no.
Oh, okay.
That's me and Mark.
All right.
Yeah, the CAD workshop it's just an intro to CAD. We're gonna use Fusion 360, which is free for, I don't know, I think you get like a free trial, but the free trial is like 10 years long or something crazy like that. So it's basically just free CAD software. I believe I posted a link somewhere on how to download that, but I can repost it. And basically, we're going to just go through the very basics of CAD, as if you've never done it before, or assuming you've never done it before. And then the end goal with this workshop is, depending on interest, we would like to basically make like a 3D printed Pinewood Derby race where you would use the skills you learn in your CAD workshop, and then several of us have printers, so we would print, the designs you have. There'll be rules and stuff, and then we'll have some sort of race, and maybe there'll be prizes, but more details about that will come out in the future. We have it mostly worked out, but there's just a couple of things we need to pinpoint, like rules and things like that. So if you're interested in that, in CAD, then, or if you're just interested in doing some sort of competition to kill the time, then it's definitely something to be interested in.
Are you guys going to talk about SutraBot also, or?
I pretty much covered, I guess, what's going on with SutraBot right now. Like Crystal said, getting to the lab is going to be very difficult, and right now there's no competitions. We would like to get it done because of Sal and my last semester, but we just have to see. We kind of wanted to see what the interest was going to be in maybe a couple of weeks or so, and if people are really interested in doing it, trying to figure out how to do something.
Okay. Alex, did you have something to share? Did you want to share
Yeah,
screen?
I'll just
Okay.
give it. I'll
Okay.
just share screen. Let's see. Oh no, I have to do the presenting and then sharing the presenting screen thing.
Also, if I may input between switching, for those of you that haven't paid your dues because they are already coming in apparently, if you can include in your PayPal payment, I don't remember if there's a
Why don't we just tell them to add Wesley on Discord?
Huh. Yeah, he'll like that.
Because they've already been paying, so we can just spam Wesley.
No, I'm talking about.
Are you talking about the memo line in the PayPal payment?
What information they need to include so we can.
I think that can happen when they let an officer know. You can just mention all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, can you guys see this?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you saw all the workshops, but I'm the software person, so all of those need to get lost. So I'm going to have a couple of different workshops, and Wesley, our treasurer, is going to have one of them. So there's Intro to Python. If you've never used Python before in your life, it's fine. I'll show you Python syntax, a little bit of object-oriented programming, nothing too hard, and we'll make a little text game. Last time I did Hangman. We might do Hangman again, I'm not sure yet. The next workshop is ROS, so we're currently working on getting ROS onto a virtual machine so that you guys don't have to do too much effort. If that goes well, then one of the first things you're going to have to learn with a virtual machine is basics of Linux. And then on top of that, we'll show you how to make a subscriber and a publisher in ROS, and Wesley will show you how to simulate with Gazebo. The computer vision workshop is going to be surrounding recognizing an object, and if I can find a nice small video, tracking an object in the video. So something like, a square or a circle, something easy. It's going to use OpenCV. And then the last workshop I have is a website workshop because I'm the webmaster. We're going to make a little portfolio site and learn some fun CSS animations for it. Maybe show you how to use like a slideshow, stuff like that. And we'll probably use a beginner library, so either React or Bootstrap. Bootstrap's a bit easier. And then I wanted to cover just a little bit about Bowser. You can see here the, see if I can get chat to pop up. Yep, chat's invisible. I'll look at chat in just a second. You can see Bowser's competition here, so this is actually where we will be going around. So in the competition, he's just going to go between all of those lines and avoid all of the cones. And it has to go faster than 1 mile per hour. We're not very good at that part yet. Maybe in the future. Bowser itself, I think I already covered all of this, but the moving within the two lines is the computer vision part with OpenCV. And we want to recognize the lines using our cameras and avoid them. And then the avoiding obstacles and such is actually going to be done with a LiDAR, which is a 360 light radar camera. So it'll see how reflective something is. And then using that, we will avoid the object. And Wesley's working on simulations for that because COVID-19. For data, if you wanted to know, we are using the 360 LiDAR, 2 IMUs, a GPS. The kit is the Jetson developer kit. We have 2 cameras, 1 on each side, and a stereo depth camera. And here is something about the electrical workup. I am not an electrical engineer, for anyone interested. And that's Bowser.
Cool. And so the last, any questions about
Any
Bowser,
questions about software or Bowser in general?
Yeah.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Hey, I just had a quick question about that electrical setup. I'm doing
I'm not an
mechanical,
electrical engineer, so
Right,
one of
right.
the other guys will answer this one.
just a general question. I'm doing mechanical engineering, but I'm interested in learning the electrical portion, the CAD, the programming, kind of the all aspects of it. Is there any course? I didn't see that in any of the other slides. Is there any course that goes over that in particular, the electrical side of everything?
No, most of it is based on our what would you call it? Our what is Chan considered again?
Project advisor.
Yes, our project advisor, which is a electrical engineering professor at UCF. He's helped a lot with the technical parts of the electrical. Also, Carol in the chat here is also an electrical engineer. And it's kind of a work in progress. We could probably teach you as much as you needed to know to work on it. And if you wanted anything extra to do with extra knowledge or anything like that, I recommend talking to Chan. Hopefully he will be doing a workshop this semester.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
No problem.
Any other question?
Do we know when those workshops are going to be for the for like Intro to Python ROS?
So we have a week by week schedule right now for each and every one. I think we're still working on picking specific days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these first 2 weeks are our intro meetings, and then after that, I will alternate with Alan every single week. So Alan will go with his CAD workshop, and then I'll go in with my software workshops.
Okay. And
so I will be on like September 21st that week, not that day, but that week.
Okay. Understood.
Yes, hopefully we can narrow down days of the week once we can do a poll of everybody when everybody's available.
Yeah. So Carl asked if the schedules will be released later. Yes, we'll give specific days for all the specific days for the workshops, but they will be alternating, so there won't be 2 going on at the same time.
Except for the miscellaneous workshops, which are just overlap workshops.
Right. Someone asked Python, but what about C++? Yeah.
So I don't have much experience in C++. You can use it, but I unfortunately don't know it well enough to teach you guys C++. At most, I've used C# for making games, unfortunately.
Yeah. And Maximo asked the same question. Yeah, it'll pretty much be Python.
Like, if you guys want to use it and you're familiar with it, go for it, because OpenCV is just a wrapper, but I'm going to show all the Python ways to do it, and, you'd have to adjust it yourself.
Okay, any other questions? If not, Mark, did you have something you wanted to present?
I do. Yeah, give me a second. I get on, figure out how to screen share. Can y'all see it?
No.
You hit share screen on the bottom.
Yep. Oh, there we go. All right.
Yep.
So,
Go.
all right. So, this is basically just going over why we need a demo bot. Not to mention this, but we're also using the demo bot as a platform to test new technologies. So, it'll be useful in that aspect. So that, let's say we have like a base platform where we can just keep building off of that. Like, let's say, we want to have like some sort of autonomous capability where we can add that to the platform, or we want to just like make it do other cool things. We can just generally, do that. And once again, this is the CAD that we have so far. That's how the legs work, and this is how when we put it together. This is how the legs
Mechanism?
work.
Mechanism?
Yeah, the mechanism. I'm sorry, I'm not a mechanical engineer, so I don't know how to explain this properly. But yeah.
I can talk a little bit about the legs.
Yeah.
So these are based off of a thing called a Janssen linkage. It was made by a Swedish crazy genius guy that makes like living sculptures in Sweden. We sort of wanted to use his idea of this mechanism for smooth walking just as an interesting and eye-catching mobile platform to bring to STEM events and to schools and stuff like that. Just because, I mean, kids will enjoy that, adults will enjoy it. It was fun to make. So the idea behind this is to sort of create this part and sort of flesh it out. Like the assembly we have now sort of needs a little bit more details to get it to be manufacturable, right? And we sort of need to think about like the friction links and all that stuff. And then the idea is to have 2 of these on each side, right? So if you have 2 sets of legs walking, and because the linkage it's a single degree of freedom linkage, which means you can run it using just one motor, and it creates this sort of forward and backward walking motion depending on the direction of the motor. You can make a really easy but complex looking. I mean, it was complex to set this up, but in theory, you just connect motors, and those are the 2 inputs. So it's an interesting sort of mobile platform that doesn't use wheels, but still can do basic. It's like a differential drive robot that doesn't use wheels, basically. So that's the idea behind the linkages.
So yeah, and that's a drawing of what we had in mind with what the demo bot is actually going to look like. On the inside, you can see the controller, the motors, and we're going to have like an ESC in there somewhere. And this is what we need to do for the demo bot. But like I said, right now we haven't done really much of anything yet. We're still on the base level, because when COVID started, we had literally just started like having meetings and COVID kind of just messed everything up. So we're still in like the very, very early stages of development. So we got to finish CAD. We got to have an idea of what we're doing with like the motors, the battery, and all that. And we're thinking about making it somewhat autonomous. We don't have like a definite idea of like having to be like, okay, we're gonna make it completely autonomous or somewhat autonomous, but yeah. And one of our ideas, we have like voice recognition capabilities. So like, let's say, I think someone proposed an idea to me to like make it dance to music. So we have like a sort of like a capability as to where you say dance and you can play music, and we can have it like, jump up and down a little bit to the music, make it follow things with people, and make it spray silly string, because it's a spider robot. The silly string can be the webs or whatever. So yeah. Like I said, it's still in early stages of development. So if you have any suggestions with regards to what we could do with this, like, feel free to just let me know.
So Mark, someone asked what microcontrollers you plan on using.
Let's see. Either BeagleBone, Arduino, or Raspberry Pi. We haven't really decided on those yet, but yeah, one of those 3.
Okay. Yeah. So in terms of microcontrollers, probably, yeah, the the whole point is that it's a platform, right? So the idea is you can yank off all the brains and then put something else to test it out. Probably initially, since we have a bunch of Arduinos laying around everywhere, we'll use that for motor control. And then for the extra functionality that Mark was mentioning, like the voice actuation and stuff, a Raspberry Pi just to do some of the processing and using special libraries for voice recognition or sound recognition to make things easier. So it probably end up being a combination of things.
Yeah.
But microcontroller, Arduino, for lack of a better, yeah.
And that's it.
Okay. So
we actually have a survey to make the member roster stuff easier, so you don't have to message us.
Yes, Wesley is yelling at us.
This should do it for you, everyone. Fill out that form, and we should be able to add you now. Just make sure you tell us that you paid. Well, fill it out after you paid dues, I guess. We'll just check it with the PayPal.
Anything else before we wrap up?
Regarding the labs access you were bringing up, do you know how long it'll be before that's kind of finalized on like how strict it's going to be or who's going to be let in or not, whatnot?
Well, it's very strict, so not everybody can come in and out the lab. Again, that process of if you need to work on a machine or you need to access some tools, that would probably be the restriction to date. Until I hear something from upper management that says otherwise, that's what we're going to stick with. So.
Okay.
And unfortunately, we're still going to have to limit it even more than the 4 people per attendance because one officer has to be there for
present. That is correct.
Yes.
That's good.
Someone's asking what GitHub is on the roster form.
It's if you're software. GitHub is a collaborative code website for us all to edit and view our code. If you're software and you don't have a GitHub yet, I recommend you make one. If you're not software, you probably don't need it.
Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to add very quickly that the workshops that the students are putting on and the officers are putting on are meant to give you that extra knowledge base, hopefully to complement some of your classes that you're taking this semester. And the idea is to really get a chance to get some experience a little bit ahead of your classes and hopefully make it a very fruitful experience overall.
Yes, and if you guys have any suggestions for some more workshops and we can find the time for them, and or if we have the knowledge to teach them, we are definitely welcome to add workshops later in the semester.
Also, a side note, someone mentioned earlier that they were interested in an EE workshop. If there are enough people interested, you can DM me on Discord and I can set something up.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carol.
Yeah.
Where can we go learn more about volunteering for eye tracking?
That would be me. So I'll put my email address, Jennifer, and you can email me directly and we can have you, I can talk with you to get you set up.
Or do we need to know Git? No. I mean, if it becomes a big enough issue, I could actually have a workshop on using Git, but it would be like a 30-minute workshop. It's not very hard to learn. But in general, you don't need to know anything coming in. I'll show you what you need.
Okay. So I think if there's nothing else, we can wrap up. And if you have any other questions, feel free to message any of the officers or Crystal about any research or any of the workshops and stuff. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. We hope to have you guys participate.
Just like to point out real quick, be sure to look at the actual workshop channels for announcements, or there might be information or files posted there.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep a lookout for now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, main communication will be through Discord. Like what Alan just said, we have separate Discord channels for the individual projects. Software projects, Alex. That's who you direct that towards.
Yes. Me and Wesley are pretty much the main software project guys now.
Yeah.
Wesley's not here, but feel free to spam him.
I think he's gonna hate you for saying that, but
Not gonna be happy.
That's what he gets for doing one out of all the many software workshops.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta get going, so
All right, guys.
nice to see all of you. Hope to see you guys around.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
have a good one, guys.
And don't forget to fill out the member survey.
Yes.
There you go, Alex.
And if you messaged on Knights Connect and paid dues, we'll approve you in the next few days.
Okay, that was productive.
Yep.
Good job, team.
All right.
And Dwight, we are using Zoom from now on.
No. If anything is small enough, can we please use Discord?
I mean, you can, but as soon as you hit like 24 people, you're doomed.
Okay.
We did not expect this many people.
The definition of our problem is we can't share a video with more than 25 people in the chat. If it's just voice, it's infinite.
I see. All right.
Unless we pay
So
to have Discord.
exactly which workshops or socials we'll have where we don't share video? Dwight?
That's true.
I think the only thing that applies is gaming socials because no one cares about video.
I will delete Zoom.
All right. Well, thanks for coming, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Okay.
And also, I'm the host, so this is ending for all.